What's up, basement dwellers? Welcome to another edition of the Jersey Phanatics. I'm Chris Dace Man, back from assignment, Mr. Tyler Freed.
What up?
And Erik Barezzo.
Hi, welcome back, Tyler. Finally.
Yeah, I'm back to talk shit on your guys talking about podcasts. Come on now.
Well, let's kick things off then with how bad Bryce Harper is and how he's dragging his team into oblivion. Fuck him. Go on.
Oh, see, I can't argue with that. You're not wrong. Bryce Harper's a handicap for us right now.
Yeah.
Nah, he's fine, man. What's wrong with him?
Listen, bro, that interview was absolutely terrible. The one where they're like, he's like, oh yeah, like it's not getting any better, so like fuck it, right? Like we're just gonna go out here and just probably just put more damage onto the wrist, so that way like next year sucks too, and like the rest of his 8 years or 9 years, I don't even know how many years he's got left on his contract, but so the rest of the year is gonna suck ass, and he still is gonna want an extension.
Mm-hmm. I think he's got 6 years left. I think this is year 7.
That interview definitely wasn't very like, oh yay, can't wait! Thank God you're back. We've missed you. And he's like, yeah, let me put some water on that real fast.
I mean, it just seemed random, like bringing him back. Like it just seemed like a random time because like all my, everything I heard originally when he got hurt was after All-Star break, and then they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna sprinkle him in here in the beginning of July. Like that's fun.
It didn't really seem like that. We went 13 and 14, so it's not like we desperately needed him back. Like it was, 500.
I mean, if you're gonna get Bryce Harper, and he's gonna give you,
but if
he's gonna give you 80% of Bryce Harper, he's better than anyone we were putting out there. Don't even care.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is true. When you roll out Buddy Kennedy, so yeah, I get it.
But even Otto Kemp, who did really well filling in, Bryce Harper at 80%, still better than Otto Kemp at this point in his career.
Otto Kemp, my boy, man.
So do you think
for him.
Do you think Bryce bounces back, or you think we're just dealing with this like 220 to 250 hitter?
I don't know, man. Last time he played with an injury, he went on like a postseason tear. So like maybe he just like fucking starts shooting shit into his arm or something. I don't know. I mean, having a wrist injury kind of like sucks ass as a baseball player, one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't Scott have the wrist injury and it hit him majorly?
Yeah, I mean, we can't. Looking at Stott right now, I don't know if we can really blame the wrist injury for his struggles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't worry. I was listening to you guys talking about getting rid of him. I heard you.
Did I say that, or was that him?
It was him.
Okay.
It was definitely him.
I don't think I would part ways with him. The ones that I'd part ways. I think I was high on the get rid of Ranger. Why we get something hot for him.
Oh, yeah, that's what. Yeah, I knew there was something that I was really pissed off about. I don't know why you guys are so high on getting rid of Ranger. I don't know why
you're not getting him back. You're not going to get him back next year.
Because Scott Boras is his client now, and
listen. We pay ridiculously for everyone else. Why not fucking Ranger?
I think other needs. I think they've padded themselves to where they don't need him.
Personally, all right. So here's my thought on this. I've been a very big advocate on moving Ranger to the bullpen.
Mm-hmm.
So, what arm? We have to be getting like a fucking stud back in order, because I feel more confident in Ranger than probably 80% of the people we could get in a trade in the back end of the bullpen. I mean, I'd rather have him there. And I don't know why the Phillies haven't done it, but that's on them. Whatever. I just think he's got that clutch gene, dude. He just knows how to fucking lock it down in the back bullpen. And I just don't see anyone we're going to trade for and not give a fucking shit ton of prospects for doing that.
Well, he could. I think that you could also trade him for the most. He has the most value right now out of anybody that we have on the team.
Yeah, I mean, he can have the most value, but it just depends on what the market is. I doubt you're not going to trade him to an NL team. That's the thing. like anyone who's looking to buy him is someone who's, who you're going to have to go play against at some point in the postseason potentially. So, like, you're not going to go trade him to the fucking Braves, Mets, Dodgers. Like, you're not going to go trade him to any of them, and those are the ones that are going to be offering the highest price for him. I mean, you might get an AL team that's willing to go, bid for him, but still,
Rangers with the rumor of our oldest, not our oldest, Elvis.
What does that do for us though? Like, I get it. Like, I like him as a ball player, but I mean, it doesn't solve anything other than, okay, maybe he's in for Kepler, but now we lose a lefty bat, which they wanted a lefty bat. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just don't think that solves much.
Who are you talking about?
Elvis from the Rangers.
Oh, okay.
What? Adolis Garcia or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's a corner outfielder, so he's either taking, obviously either taking Casty or Kepler. It's not like he can go play center field for us.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't think. I'm not against getting him if you get him for a cheap price, but I don't think he's going to be the game changer bat.
No, but I think he could bring you what Tommy Pham did to the Diamondbacks. Like that's what I think of his bat when I think of like a bat that you need. Like Kepler's not doing that. He's not giving you the money shot per se.
Do you think we're stuck with him because of what we paid him? Didn't we pay him $2 million more than Kepler?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter what we paid him. It's a 1-year deal. Anyone's willing to take a 1-year deal.
Okay.
Because we're gonna basically be paying most of that salary anyway.
Mm-hmm.
His comments also seem like he's kind of on the outs too. So I don't know if they could trade him for some low end prospects too, just to get rid of that, because it seems like he's pretty unhappy with the role that Topper and Dombrowski are putting him in.
Well, Topper came out yesterday saying that all kind of got blown out. I don't know if that's just damage control, but he was saying that it was kind of just blown out of proportions with his comments. He doesn't seem like the guy that's trying to rock the boat. He just seems like he got caught saying like, hey, I'm used to consistency, and that's where I think I'm struggling.
Yep. Stott said the same thing.
And then Philly was like, we're just going to fucking make this like he's the devil.
Yeah. You did it in the worst possible city you could do it in.
So talking about trade prospect or like potential trade pieces out there, the one name that I keep seeing popping up on the rumor mill is the Chicago White Sox outfielder. Was it Lewis Roberts? Yep. Do you think we're going after him again? He's not having a great year. Like, I don't know if we're going to get him cheap and hope that he bounces back.
I mean, listen, if you're giving him some, number 20 prospect, sure, go for it. But you're not trading a Craw. Like, they were asking for Crawford. I mean, I know Crockett wasn't involved with the deal, but they were asking for like Miller, Crockett, or Miller, Crawford, and
Mick
Painter. Yeah, Mick or Painter last year, which was absolutely fucking absurd. On top of like 1,000 other things. You don't go and do that. You don't go do a big trade for him. I mean, if he's a cheap get, maybe a change of scenery works for him and he can live up to the potential from 2-3 years ago, but that doesn't solve any problems either.
Yeah, as of right now, you don't sell on any of your high prospects, I don't think, for him. I would have said that last year, before he got hurt.
Even last year, I wouldn't have said that. I mean, I liked him. I wanted them to get him, but there was still a limit to the price that you paid for him. I don't think he's worth that much.
Yeah.
Because even at his best, he's still a 225 hitter.
Mm-hmm.
But he brings that pop, and that's what we kind of needed. Again, before he got injured. Yeah. Ever since he's been injured, he sucked.
The other rumor out there is for the Diamondbacks. I think you sent that in our chat, Erik, earlier today. The third baseman and he was a bullpen guy.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Because that puts us in our position too. That if we're picking a third baseman up, what happens to Bohm? What happens to the chemistry of the team we have now? Like, is Bohm gone?
It's kind of crazy to me that you're even in the rumor mill for that Suarez. Like he's a He's a hell of a hitter. Like that's again something that you need as well. And your third baseman is not really producing with the home runs that you prefer a third baseman to do. He's hitting. Don't get me wrong. Like
Mm-hmm.
is getting on. He's probably has the best average on the team right now, and he's doing everything that you want him to do right now. But he's also an extremely hot and cold hitter. I don't know what Suarez is, but he
A
has
little bit of
that.
the same.
Yeah, but he has that. He has that. He has the more pop that you're looking for and that you want in that lineup. So, but it also depends on what you're going to do with Harper. Like, is Harper able to handle right field again? Is Casty willing to go to left field? What the hell is going to happen with that? Like, especially with Harper, like you have no idea what his hand and wrist and elbow can handle. Like, is it all of a sudden he's going to have to go back down for Tommy John surgery again because he's going to throw his arm out from fucking right field? Like, there's so many variables.
You were touching on a point there that might be why they're looking at it. Maybe the wrist is an issue, and maybe this is why they're bringing him back before All-Star break. They're trying to give him, some plate appearances, some play time to kind of see how actual game action affects his wrist. And then if after All-Star break, it's, they're looking at what I really don't even know what he did to his wrist. They never really were clear. Yeah. Clear about like what the injury was. They just said he has a wrist issue. So maybe it's a bigger issue. Maybe that's why they're going to look at a Suarez who can play third, and then they can move Bohm over.
Well, I think the one video that was going around was when he swung the bat. That really, because he has that violent swing. I think the one time that he did the last game that he was in, obviously before he came back, that's what they kept showing is that he was swinging pretty hard and rolled his wrist or something.
Yeah, but is it a ligament issue? Is it
idea.
what actually is it? And then what in the long term is what is his future with his wrist? Like, is surgery an option? Like, does he need to get surgery and then be out till next season?
So, we'll have no idea either. They won't tell us shit about that either. Just like we had no idea about Stott until all of a sudden spring training came around this year, and they're like, "Hey, I had a wrist injury the whole entire year."
But
what?
if they have a plan for what and not just be a dickhead, be like, "Oh, you're doing this, you're doing that." If they have an actual plan for Suarez, like maybe this whole time Harper's been training to go back to the outfield. Who fucking knows? And that's like the case, then I'm cool with it because I think Suarez is that game changer bat because he's the guy that can be a 4, 5, 6 and protect your good hitters.
All right. Well, if Bryce moves back to the outfield, we touched on it a little bit last week. Is Rhys Hoskins an option as a low?
No. All right. Think about this.
I don't like him.
This was my other point because I hear this all the time. Everyone's like, "Oh, I love Rhys. I can't wait till he comes back." Dude, the moment we've been so blessed to have Bryce Harper step in as a new first baseman and make all the plays he's supposed to make. Dude, the moment Rhys blunders with one play, Philly's going to fucking crucify him.
Oh yeah. No doubt.
And I'm going to lose my shit because that's what you're getting with him as a first baseman. He's not no.
But from a nostalgia standpoint, I miss it.
Sure, I miss him too.
No, not him, just yelling at him.
Oh, all right. Well, then go for that. But I don't know. He's one of them I don't necessarily need to go. It's kind of I don't like when teams backtrack. You know what I mean? Like, we obviously moved on from him for a reason. It wasn't that the lack of his interest, like he wanted to stay here. We decided to move on from him. So let's just move on. And, that's like the Sixers going to get Ben Simmons right now. That'd be fucking ridiculous.
Even I know that's bad.
Yeah.
Don't follow that. So any other future options out there that you think might come out of left field, or we're going to get some duds like we've gotten the last couple years?
Well, they said that the Pirates were the rumors too that they're trying to sell off on a couple of their bullpen, Bednar and somebody else.
The setup guy, right?
Yeah, so they're trying to get rid of it, which is pretty amazing to me that, like, I don't know if just Pittsburgh just doesn't want to.
Pittsburgh doesn't pay their players. That's all it is. So if they're close to, I mean, I think both of them have another control year, but still, like, they're coming up on a payday, and they're not going to want to pay him. Like, everyone knows Paul Skeens is just a rental. Like, they're not going to pay him. They're gonna let him stack it up till he's got like 2 years left to control, and then they're gonna trade him for a ridiculous haul. So they did with Garrett Cole. It's what they did with so many people at this point.
Oh yeah, yep.
Like, I would hate to be a Pirates fan. Like, that's got to be terrible. Like, knowing you have generational talents, and you just know they're not lasting. They're not staying. They're gone in the next 5 years.
Yeah. Pretty amazing.
But to that point, I mean, I would like Bednar. Bednar would be pretty good. I don't really know much about their setup guy. I feel like it'd be weird in any case taking 2 bullpen guys from like one team, especially a not so good team. Like, I can't imagine their stats are that great. I'm still in the Chapman Batista bandwagon. Like, I want one of them, if not both of them somehow.
I don't think stats matter from a shitty team just because they're being thrown in constantly.
Well, listen, if you're a closer, like, you probably shouldn't have a high ERA, you shouldn't have shitty, like, you shouldn't have blown saves and stuff. That's what I mean by stats. Like, I'm not looking at, like, obviously there's inherited runners and, shitty situations you're going to walk into. But those 2 guys shouldn't be in shitty situations to have that terrible of stats.
Yeah.
So if you had to bring in 2 new arms to the bullpen, who do we lose?
What, in the bullpen?
Yeah, I assume
fucking anyone.
I can think of one name, very expensive name that won't go anywhere.
He won't. He's gonna somehow be a starter by the end of the year.
You're not wrong. Taiwan.
Oh, yeah.
So Romano,
I don't know.
You think his days are numbered?
Cool. Fucking keep Romano. Like, I don't care. But stop putting him in the 7th, 8th, or 9th inning. Like, he could be a 5th or 6th inning guy. I don't care. Like, sure. Yeah, I don't know. Anyone could go except for Kerkering and Strom. Like, outside of those 2, I don't really care for our bullpen at all.
It's fair. Any other free agent predictions? People are going after position. I know outfield's always something that we're looking at, but
outfield we'll never figure out.
Well, I don't know, man. I think there's going to be a surprise, like, guy from our team traded. Like, I think they're going to shake something's going to get shaken up.
One of the daycare?
Maybe. I don't think it's Bohm just because he turned his shit around, and he's a valuable piece if he's playing correctly. It could be Stott or Marsh.
Yeah, say it's Stott.
I don't want to believe that, but I could see it.
Not to shit on it. Schwarber, if Bryce can't field anymore and he DHs?
I mean, there has to be, like,
no
traction. Like, they have to be, like, thousands of miles apart on an extension in order for that to be a possibility. But even then, like, as much as it sucks to have a guy and then, just, let him walk and not get anything for him, in the end, I feel like that hurts our team if you trade him, like, more out-wise. Like, he is a big locker room person. That's kind of the sense of why, like, you didn't trade, like, a Rhys Hoskins in the middle of the season, because he was the locker room leader. He's the vocal guy.
Okay.
And they also said that it hurt when we got rid of Witt, even though he was only here for like 3 months. But they said,
I mean, you kind of saw it in the production. Like, the team kind of fell off after he was traded, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I guess the same could be said about JT. I'm just looking at guys that technically on their last year.
I think I still think JT gets extended. I think he gets re-signed. He's not as valuable as he once was. So, like, I think I don't know. I think he'll get re-signed. He doesn't seem like a guy that's gonna go out there and float around. Like he'll probably get a decent contract and just say fuck it, like resign.
All right. Well, now that we got the free agency out of the conversation, let's talk All-Star game. So none of them got nominated. Which we
they
kind of
all got nominated. They just
none of them got selected.
Made it.
We talked about it last week. I thought it was a little bit of bullshit. I don't think Bohm was better than Machado so far this season, but I definitely think he was better than Muncy. Or is it Max?
Yeah, Max Muncy.
Was. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think Bohm should at least have been second. Trey, Tyler's brought this up before. He's the best shortstop in the National League right now. I think those two positions got screwed, and then Schwarber gets sticked around just because you have Ohtani in that position. Not to mention the Devers bullshit, where Devers got moved from the AL to the NL, and all of a sudden he's in second.
I just feel like last year Phillies fans were like, "Fuck it, we're sending our guys," and then they all shit the bed after the All-Star game. So this year everyone was like, "Nope, not even gonna bother with it. Let's not vote for him. Let's just let them, let's send them the one guy. Let's go send them a fucking Zach Wheeler because that dude is just a fucking stud." I actually have a fun fact stat that I have to pull up about him. I took a screenshot of it earlier.
Well, to your point about the Phillies getting voted in last year, it seemed like it was the Dodgers this year.
Yeah, no, for sure. Dodgers can go fuck themselves.
100%.
So, Zach Wheeler finished the month with a .58 ERA. He's only the third Phillies pitcher in the last 35 years to achieve that in any given month with 30 or more innings pitched. Tommy Green did it in 91. And Cliff Lee did it in June 2011 and August 2011 with a .21 and a .45 ERA, which is absolutely fucking insane. I knew you're a big Cliff Lee guy, so that's why I want to bring that stat in. Could you imagine, like, his July was probably like 1 point like something. Like, I remember 2011 was fucking insane for him. It probably was literally just like he just barely wasn't eligible for that stat in that month.
We need to make that T-shirt with him on a milk cart. We got to find the man. Put him on the wall of fame.
I think he's been found. I just don't think he wants to fucking deal with anything with baseball.
That's fair.
He did either.
Don't say things like that. That hurts. That hurts. Anyway, I do think Zach will get the nod. Maybe Ranger. Do you think we'll send two or just the one?
I think we're only. I mean, I honestly think Ranger gets it because I think they'll offer it to Zach. He'll decline, and then Ranger will get it. Which I mean, Ranger absolutely deserves it. Outside of his first start, everything else has been fucking fantastic.
I think he's on a 10-game streak right now, right?
Yeah,
10-game with quality starts.
I think he has the lowest ERA since like May 20th or something like that.
Some random date, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I do think Castellanos might get a nod for the outfield just because the six that are there are awful.
Listen,
Corbin Carroll.
I just can't believe
he's hurt.
Yeah, Teoscar Hernandez.
This has nothing to do with like the me and you back and forth with Schwarber and Casty. Casty has not been good this year. He's been okay.
But based on what? Because he's batting what, 273?
Okay. 273 with I think he just got his 10th home run.
Yeah, I think yesterday or recording this Monday.
Yeah, I don't. He just hasn't.
The whole team sucks on home runs, so don't bring up home run stats.
I'm just bringing the overall he's just not doing. He's not doing what Cassidy normally does. Okay, so based off his normal performance, I don't feel like he's doing well. Unless he's just doing his like subpar usual thing and then just like keeps it going all season. Like I don't know. Eye test doesn't tell me he's an all-star and shouldn't be an all-star.
See, I think given the field of outfielders in the National League, he's up there. Especially with the injuries.
His fucking defense.
Juan Soto goes. So
no, I get it.
Clearly don't give a fuck about defense.
I understand all-star games, that's not necessarily a thing. But
yeah.
in my eyes, dude, he pissed me off so much. I think it was against Oh, the Braves. I know we're gonna get to it, but I
Mhm.
want to bring it up now. The inning where Romano gave up the grand slam.
Mhm.
That inning could have been avoided if Castellanos just knew how to play fucking outfield. He
I didn't
broke
see that game.
the beginning of that inning. He let a double happen because he broke in on a ball when he should have. Any minor or fucking little league coach knows first step is always back.
Mhm.
He broke in on the ball and then he missed it by 2 steps. Where all he had to do was if he just took his back step and then stepped over to the right a couple, he would have been in position for that ball.
Mhm.
And it fucking drives me nuts when I see Major League Baseball players not do fundamental things.
That's fair. I mean, it's all over the board when it comes to our defense.
But yeah, that's what led to that shitty ass inning. Not to say that, Romano probably wouldn't have gotten himself there eventually anyway, but yeah.
Well, All-Star game's coming up in 2 weeks. We got one more show here, and then we'll go. Well, I'll probably take a break because there's not going to be fucking anything to talk about since none of our guys are going to the All-Star game. Let's talk about the series that have passed. And first up is going to be the sore subject. After coming off a phenomenal Mets series where we took first place back, and then just happenstance, we're still in first as of this recording. We went down to Houston for the 2022 World Series rematch, and we got swept. The bats were just not there, and pitching was on point. So
Now listen, there's getting swept by the Houston Astros, and then there's getting swept by the Pittsburgh Pirates. So think about that.
It's true. It's very true.
It's not all bad.
But what happened that series? Like, you come off of that high at home at that homestand against the Mets, you roll into Houston. Is it just that ballpark?
If you have ever, I would love to pull up the stats of us playing at that ballpark.
Mm-hmm.
The Phillies play like dog shit every time they're there. Minus the World Series, because I feel like we still played pretty. It was World Series.
Mm-hmm.
Like we still played that when we were there. But we just play like dog shit. Like, yeah, we clinched the 1 year down there, but that wasn't really us. That was more the Astros not doing much.
Yeah, they were already in, and not to mention the game after we did not do very well because Mr. Suarez was hungover.
Dog shit.
So you just think it's the ballpark, and just are like, for whatever reason we just can't hit there?
We just don't hit there. We can fucking pitch there though.
Mm-hmm.
Them starters fucking did a job.
Mm-hmm.
I was cracking up after the Braves series. I saw a tweet. It was like, the Phillies now on this road trip have outscored their opponents 14-5 on the road trip after the first game with the Braves. And I'm like, that's fucking absurd, bro.
Yeah, that first game against the Astros, Ranger pitched a freaking gem, gave up 1 run in the 8th inning, and obviously we did nothing the whole entire game. So every single game that we played against the Astros, when we were down there, we lost by 1 run.
That game, that first game infuriated me and probably led to me not watching most of the rest of the week. Johan Rojas, the way that Topper fucking managed the end of that game. I'm not saying that Marsh and Stott were going to be the saviors, but didn't they light up Hader at like the last couple times they faced him?
Yeah.
I know it's
See, this is my double-edged sword here, because I've been bitching a lot about how Topper likes to bring in fucking pitch hitters in like the 8th and 9th inning, because like their success rate is like minimal, especially when it comes to Stott, Marsh, or Sosa.
Yeah.
Like typically they come in and pitch hit, it's an automatic out. Like I don't know why we even bother with it. But that being said, your last chance in a ball game should not come down to Johan Rojas because he doesn't know how to have a fucking at bat to save his life.
Not to mention he left runners on the base the 2 times before that. Like they had people on bases, and he fucked up each time he was up there. The first time he was the last out. The second time I think he hit into a double play, and then the third time he ended the goddamn game. So it's like, why? Why would you not? Fuck, I don't like him, but like, just put anyone in at that point.
It just, none of it makes sense.
And then
No
didn't
matter
he
how
start the
hard you
next
try
day?
and figure it out. Yeah.
So like, same with Buddy, because didn't Buddy go like 0-4, 0 for 4 in that first game, and then
Oh, that was actually the Buddy at bat was the one that pissed me off because he was the one that should have been pitch hit for.
that whole back end. Like you just why didn't you make any attempt?
Yeah, you're watching the game and you're like even Buddy was like, am I really going to the plate right now? Like they just brought in a different pitcher. Like you should probably change it out. You have a second chance at fixing this error about sending me up the steps, and you're still sending me up. Like, what are you doing, dude? Like, even I know I don't belong on the stage right now.
Like I get that it's a game in June against an American League team, but at the same time, like you just came off that weekend where you took back first. Why would you just like okay?
Like, see, if you win that game, it changes the entire series.
Mhm.
Momentum changes in that series.
Yeah, and then we saw what happened the rest of the week. Again, admittedly, I did not watch this game 2 or game 3 because I was very frustrated with game 1. And then to keep checking down the scores because my phone kept getting updated of seeing like, oh, it's 1-0. Like we were in it
Game
for most of it.
Game 2 was fucking ridiculous because I think it was the 8th inning. We had bases loaded, and we had I think Turner and Bohm struck out.
Hmm.
Like, come on, bro. Like, you guys, like, I get it. You know, you're the two that are producing the most on the team right now, but like, fucking produce. Like,
Yeah.
you guys gotta produce in that situation.
But it's always that weird shit that ends up happening. Like the first inning against Wheeler, he reached on an error, and it was because of Trey Turner. Like you knew, and that's how they scored the first run. And you're like, oh, this is going to be rough. Like you
Mhm.
knew it was going to be one of those days, and it turned out to be one of those days. You know, he lost by 2 because he gave up a home run in the 8th inning too. But like, it was just like, for the love of God, man, what the hell?
It's rough, but at least there was good news on the horizon. Plus the Mets sucking at the same time. I don't know how we both managed to pull that off, but they destroyed the Braves in the opening series, which that was the one where Mick was supposed to pitch, then the rain delay, and then we did a bullpen game. That game
Yeah,
caught me off guard.
I don't know how we
Taiwan
snuck out
Walker
of a
with the
bullpen
win.
game.
Who did they give the win to?
Taiwan Walker.
Barf.
He had 2 innings pitched, 1 hit, no runs, obviously, because we won 13-0, 1 K and 2 walks.
And they gave it to him? Is it because he was the only guy with like multiple innings?
Well, they
No,
gave Alan Rangel the save too, because he pitched 5 innings, 6 hits, 4 Ks, 1 walk.
how the fuck do you get a save in a blowout? But you needed to have like within 4 runs in order to record a save.
Because Taiwan made an appearance.
How many innings you pitch?
Oh,
So if you pitch
okay.
like if you go from the 4th inning to the 9th or something like that, like it's some weird thing like that, you can get a save.
But like that's a game where you're having bullpen woes. The bats seem to have gone cold in Houston, and then they come out in Atlanta, destroy them with the bats, and then the bullpen is just lights out, which is just mind blowing.
It just looked like that game looked like the Braves were just not there. Like they just didn't give a fuck about that game at all.
The second game, everything kind of went weird. Sorry, like the lights were flashing. Squirrel on.
It'll be fun
So-
for the YouTube viewers just watching you kind of like everything went
Yeah,
weird.
sorry, it's fucking flashing. Yeah, and for some reason we can't figure out that Schwellenbach, so he ended up getting the win against us, and he had 12 Ks against us. So he went 7 innings, and all of a sudden we're like, "What the hell, man? We win 13-0 yesterday, and now today we're playing Schwellenbach, and we can't hit him again. We're making him look phenomenal." And that was Jesus's start, and he only gave up 2 runs. So he still had a good freaking good outing, but we still obviously lost that game.
Luzardo came in clutch. I mean, it sucked that he had so many pitches in that game because the 5th inning, his last inning, he came up clutch. I don't remember how Acuna got on, but Acuna got on, and then Olsen hit a double down the line to start the inning. So it was first and second, no outs, or second and third, no outs, and you're like, oh shit, like here you go, like this is where it's gonna blow open because I think that point the game was like 2-1.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm like, oh shit, and then he gets Azuna to ground out to him, and then he tug him out. He got Riley to strike out, and then he got Albies to ground out. And I was just like, oh my god, bro! Like I thought that was it. Like the Phillies should have came out and just like fucking like cracked like 7 home runs.
That was the momentum switch.
To me, that was like I was fucking hyped. And then the next inning, fucking I think that was when Romano came in, and I was like, that's it.
Yep.
That's the game.
And that's exactly what happened.
And then Ranger pitched Sunday. What was going on between him and Olsen? Like to the point where Ranger was like laughing at him as he was walking off the field.
Because Olsen could not figure fucking any of his pitches out.
Yeah, like he kept on looking at him like, "What the fuck are you throwing?" Like he was beyond shocked about what was happening, and Ranger was just dying laughing every single time he pitched against them. It's awesome.
Well, they ended up winning the series down in Atlanta, and they would come back home for Bryce's return to the roster on Monday night against the Padres. Got to be honest with you, I was a little nervous about this series because I thought the Padres had been doing fairly decent this year.
They started off hot, and then they fizzled out a little bit.
Yeah, well, basically, Casty got a homer. I forget who scored the first 3 runs. Was it Turner? No, Stott. Stott got in 2 runs.
Bro, did you see that Jackson Merrill grab off of Kepler?
Yes.
That was nuts. Like, I'll give credit where credit's due. Like, that catch was insane. Like, dude, like he was like way over that fucking fence.
Yeah, with Max Kepler.
Yeah, just robbed it. I was like, Jesus, dude. Like, I can only have like half of them hops.
He did it to the guy that was just bitching that he doesn't have consistency.
You had Casty homer, Trey Turner drove in a run, Brandon Marsh drove in a run, and then Stott drove in a run.
So fairly good opening game. As we're recording, unfortunately, the game tonight was delayed because of the storms that are rolling through. So they have a doubleheader when this drops today here on Wednesday, where they have a 1:05 game and then the night game. They announced the pitchers for the doubleheader.
McAble's the 1:05 start, and Sanchez is the 6:15 start.
Okay. So how do you think they're going to do in the final 2 games against the Padres here at home?
Sweep, baby. Sweep.
Ever since they rolled out with that stupid music, the Padres have sucked against us. So, yeah. Fuck 'em.
I think they split it. When's the last time Mix pitched?
Last week.
Did he? Was it against Houston?
No.
I mean, technically, I think they had him throw a bullpen
because he warmed up on that Friday, but he didn't pitch.
Yeah. I think they made the decision pretty early, so he threw like a bullpen / simulated game. So he's, like in his turn.
Okay.
But yeah, I think the last time before that would have been against the Mets,
where he kind of got rocked, which is fair. The Mets have decent hitters, and that's the first time I think he's played in front of that kind of atmosphere, especially unfortunately with Citizens Bank Park splitting the audience for whatever fucking reason during Mets games. It's super annoying to hear people cheering for the Mets at Citizens Bank Park.
But it looks like they don't know who's going to be the pitcher for Padres. They have Cease for both games.
Maybe he's going to do it all.
I don't know what
18 innings, man.
Is pitching, but
like back in the day.
And then we roll into the weekend series, which is against the Angels. No, not the Angels. The Reds, right?
The Reds, yes, the Reds.
How do you think we're gonna do against? I haven't tracked the Reds at all this year. Are they
sweet, baby, sweet?
Well, it's going to be a tough game against the first game. That's against Abbott, and he's had one hell of a year this year. He's 7-1 with a 1.7 ERA.
Oh,
So
fantastic!
he's had a freaking really good year. Hey, that could be a trade target.
Giving
Yeah,
me
they ain't
more of an
doing that.
incentive to sell those tickets.
So I think we'll probably. Well, that's against Luzardo too, so that could be. That's a loss. Then we'll
It's a
win
dub.
Sunday.
It's a dub.
It's weird. You have. I guess because I forgot it's 4th of July. I
Yo,
was gonna say it's weird. Well,
Phillies
early.
they're going on a roll before All-Star break. That's all I'm saying.
Well, they hit the road on the West Coast next week, right?
They're
Yeah,
going on a
Giants.
fucking roll.
Giants and Padres.
Oh fuck! I forgot we got Giants. That's gonna be a tough series.
We get the Padres again that close.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it was pretty back to back. Well,
Well, it looks
no,
like
we're still going on a
we
roll.
won't
I
get
don't even care if we're
anything
going
next week because I
to
don't
San
stay awake
Fran.
for late games.
What?
I don't stay awake for late games, so you won't get anything out of me.
Well, by the
Grow
time
up.
we record next week, they wouldn't even have started. So
Yeah.
we can make our predictions next week on those guys. But so it sounds like we're going 6-0 after this
Oh yeah,
recording.
baby.
Erik is 3-1. Erik's 5-1.
5-1. Yeah.
No,
No,
Yeah.
I thought we were splitting tomorrow and losing Friday.
I'm not splitting.
Oh, I
I'm
thought you said,
splitting tomorrow.
Dace split.
I think they win both series, but I believe they're splitting tomorrow. I think
Yeah.
Mick. If they take a game, it's going to probably be Mick's game.
No, they can't figure out Mick. It's good.
Do you think Bryce plays both games tomorrow?
No.
0 shot.
Okay, makes sense. Put Otto in.
Him and Real Muto will both sit out.
Same game, or would they be smart and not do same game?
They're not smart.
Okay.
Yeah, like fucking this. Honestly, now I'm thinking about it. Like the Sanchez game is going to be like, one of the games is going to be like fucking Marchand, Kemp at first, Sosa at second. Fucking I don't even know someone at third.
We're splitting.
It's going to be the Mick game. It's going to be the Lehigh Iron Pigs versus.
Well, if it's
Padres.
the Iron Pigs, we have a good shot of winning.
Very good point. But I do think we're going to see a lot of the bench playing that 105 game. Unfortunately,
Not Buddy Kennedy though. He's gone.
He'll end up back in the organization.
No, I hope not.
Oh, he will. He'll sign that same stupid deal or whatever the hell he did to come back the first time he got DFA'd because his buddy Trout doesn't want him out in Los Angeles.
I don't think Phillies want him back in the organization.
I don't blame them.
Go, dude.
Any hot takes or anything you want to say before we roll credits?
Stout's gonna be traded soon.
You're a fucking idiot.
How you just gonna drop those fireworks before we log off? What's
You
your
say
reasoning behind
anything.
Stott being
Ain't no shot. Ain't no shot. Stott is getting traded at this deadline.
He's getting traded.
Who's playing second base?
So
Aiden Miller.
No, you're fucking stupid.
No, it's gonna be Sosa.
Nah, I don't think the Phillies go into the looking into the postseason going and Mendo Sousa is our everyday second baseman.
I mean, he's more consistent than what Stott is when he bats too often.
I don't think they're gonna mess with the infield with not knowing what Bryce's diagnosis is. Because you need that Amundo flexibility.
They know what the diagnosis is. We're the ones that don't know.
I think Marsh is more likely to be traded than Stott.
He's our second best outfielder. How can you get rid of him?
I will
because you're
Brady
probably
Jr.
getting another outfielder if you're trading him.
I guess that's true.
I'm going to trade Schwarber for a bag of peanuts.
I could see us doing that shit. Fucking trading Schwarber for like 2 minor league players that'll never see the majors.
And then Dombrowski announces his retirement right after.
Nah, dude. So I keep going. I keep thinking like, Dombrowski, like he's on his last fucking. This is it. Like, this is his last trade deadline. He's getting fucking fired this season. If we don't win, he's getting fired. Like it's got to be. And I think he knows that, and I think there's a slight chance that he's going to do what he fucking did in every other organization, where he just fucking took a trade deadline and dumped the fucking farm system. Which, like, I don't know, man. I'm not against, because I love, having prospects and everything, and, like, a future. But, like, I'll take a World Series over and go back into the same
era.
Abysmal era that we had before, because games were a lot cheaper to go to.
So. It went to all 82 games of the fucking 2022 year before they got
82
good.
games for $82.
Yeah, right. They had that standing room only pass where you go all home games. It was fantastic. Go to one World Series, and now you can barely go to one fucking game. Bastards.
Dombrowski needs to stop with these stupid ass, like, Noah Syndergaard type trades.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not getting us any. It's not moving. Like, I'm sorry to name two players that you really love for some reason, but, like, the Michael Lorenzo trade,
the hair,
like, what was that doing for us? Like, it wasn't moving the needle, and we gave up a couple prospects for it.
I have the plaque with the no-hitter and some sand from that game.
Wonderful. I'm glad.
And his T-shirt.
No-hitter in the regular season that didn't fucking matter against the Nationals. Like,
it was a moment in history, and I have all of it.
Were you at the game?
I was watching it from my bed.
Yeah. Me and Erik weren't even watching it. We were listening to it while we were doing. We were spackling in my bedroom.
That's right. Yeah, I remember.
But I've got game-used dirt, or at least that's what they tell me. Could be dirt from the fucking bullpen.
We just need to make splash moves. Like, we need to make those difference maker moves. Like, I know I've said it before, but, like, the Cardinals against us in 23, they got Paul Sewald. Like, that was a splash move because they got someone big in the back end of their bullpen that could actually save fucking games.
All right. Schwarber for McCutcheon and Bednar. Let's do it.
D-backs got Tommy Pham, and that helped them tremendously.
Bring back Uncle
That's what
Larry.
they needed. That wasn't the splash move, but that was what they needed.
Uncle Larry. Shout out, Frank.
Yeah. Hopefully, when we come back and start talking, maybe they make a move. If not, we'll be back after the All-Star break, and hopefully by then they've made a fucking move. Or maybe we come back with some contract extensions. Who knows? Be nice if we came back from the All-Star break and JT or Schwarber got extended.
Bro, this is going to get pushed all the way until the trade deadline. We're not making a goddamn move until that, like, day.
But everyone else is making moves right now, so I think that they feel they could get the urgency pushed on them, that they have to do it earlier.
Dude, do you know Dombrowski, bro? There's zero urgency in that fucking man.
Is he alive?
He's down in Tampa.
They show him every once in a while up in the fucking whatever. I feel like he's in the press booth whenever he's shown. Like, I feel like he's just, like, up there with everyone.
And he's always like snacking.
They show
him at trade Schwarber for peanuts.
They show him at other games doing scouting, but, like,
what's that man scouting for?
New job.
What GM scouts? Like, you literally have professionals that you're paid to do that and give you reports and then just make decisions. Like, fuck.
Your favorite GM, Howie Roseman.
Also, what are you scouting? Like, they're all major league games. They're all aired. Like, you get videotapes of them. Like, I don't. And if you're scouting minor league players right now, go fuck yourself. Like, there's no reason we should be trading for anyone in the minor leagues. Unless they're just, like, add-on players to whatever trade we're doing.
Bringing back Scott Kingery.
Fuck. Who cares about Scott Kingery?
We'll end it there this week on our trade talks. We'll be back next week to talk the West Coast series and what happened at our last All-Star or our last homestand before the All-Star break. Well, I guess we kind of did final thoughts. Let's go around the horn and see what everybody's doing. Tyler, we'll start with you.
Oh, I'm doing nothing at all. I'm surprised I'm even back from assignment today. Like, if I'm being honest.
That's fair. Erik, what you got going on?
I got nothing either.
That's fair too.
Erik, what's your fucking excuse?
Still baseball. Still my son's baseball. He's still going.
It's a lie. You said the weekends were done, so you're out here lying now.
Well, weekends are done, but weekdays are still on.
No, so you should have stuff to do, or time free on the weekends.
I'm busy.
Fucking go into the pipeline and fucking find something to do.
Unclog that stuff with a rotor-rooter and see what we can get out of there. Check out basementprotocolproductions.com, facebook.com/Basement Protocol Productions, twitch.tv/Basement Protocol for Minecraft Monday, and we've been doing a retro game Thursday nights. I've been playing Gex 2, Enter the Gecko with yours truly. And as Tyler mentioned, there are things in the pipeline. Whether they get unclogged or not, we'll see what happens.
Clogged.
Super clogged. But that's going to do us. One consistency is we're back here every week on the Jersey Phanatics until we're not. So, with that being said, remember, basement dwellers, stick to the protocol. I've been Chris the Dace Man Dace. He's been Tyler Freed.
Hi.
He's been Erik Barrezo.
See ya.
All right, somebody ring that bell and let's get the hell out of here.
Ring a ding, ling, ding, ding.